What's up YouTube, it's me Soniibeatz, and today I'm going to be doing a breakdown of my song called Memory. This song isn't out yet. It should be coming out this Friday, February 4th. I made it last month, and I think this song's going to do really well. I really like it, so I hope other people like it, but so far it seems like the songs I like the least, everybody else likes more, and vice versa. I'm not going to play the full song because it'll be out soon anyway. You can just go on Spotify, or I'll drop a video on YouTube on Friday with the full song release. But alright, let's get into it. So to start off, the first thing I did was come up with these chords. Actually, I think I might have came up with the melody first and then figured out the chords afterwards, because the original melody is pretty consistent throughout. This was the melody I came up with. Yeah, so I think I came up with the melody first, and then I just use that to determine what chords to play through trial and error. Most of the time when I come up with the melody first, you pretty much know what key it's in because you can just go in here. And so it's in D minor, but after you play the melody, you can look at the notes and see A and B are only a half step apart. You can kind of figure it out from there because there's only two parts in a minor and major scale where it's a half step apart. So if you don't know the key, after you play a melody, all you have to do is go back one, because you know it's 1, 2, half step. So you start from G, try to do the major and minor scale, and if you try to do the minor scale from G, yeah, it wouldn't work. So then you'll find the other place where there's a half step, which is here. Try it again, and then it would work with the minor scale. As you can see, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C. So if you have trouble finding the chords, if you play a melody and it's in key, which if it sounds good for the most part, it's probably going to be in key, then it'll be pretty easy to determine the key after that. Sorry if that made it more confusing, but that's my process for finding out the key if I just come up with something. All right, so after that, I added this violin on top. That's pretty much it for the melody. This is a pretty simple beat. For the bass, I used this bass I made when I was trying to figure out how to use some of Ableton's. I was just messing around with some of Ableton's stock instruments, because when I got Ableton, I just straight up went and bought Analog Lab 5, and I never looked at any of this stuff. They have some good stuff in here, so I'd recommend checking it out. Like, I've used the simpler and sampler, and that's about it, but the wavetable is pretty good. They have a bass thing right here to create basses, even though I didn't use it because I found out about that yesterday. I was messing around with the analog at the time, and I made a bass in this analog thing and just saved it as a preset, and this is what the bass sounds like. It It's pretty simple to use if you know attack, sustain, decay, release. Change the octave right here. You can have different kinds of filters right here, and you can have 1 or 2 oscillators on. I think you have to have the second oscillator on or no sound will come out, but you can just not have the volume up on it and it won't add to it. It'll just be grayed out. That's it for all the bass and the melodic elements. For the drums, I just use a drum loop from Eldre's Drum Kit Volume 3, Crunchy Loop. So I pretty much kept it the same. There's a little variation right here. Yeah, I think that's the only place where I edited it a little bit. And then I also added a secondary shaker loop behind. So there's 2 shakers on top of each other. This one's a slightly different pattern. I added this little rain effect. And this comes twice, once here, once over here, and then in the intro, I used it as a riser. I use it for the rise and the fall or whatever. Then I added a tambourine. It's on every other snare. So this is what all that sounds like together. And then the last kind of texture element I added is this shrine perk texture, probably from a count kit. Alright, and then the final texture is just some rain I added on top of it. And then there's some thunder right here. And then after that, I added this vocal chop. This is the only vocal chop I added. If you hear my music, I usually have some vocal chops in it. It'll be random. Sometimes it'll be just a girl or a guy just saying one random word. Sometimes it'll be a whole vocal from some old movie. And this is what that sounds like. And that's it for all the drums. For the intro, I bounced the song, pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah, so for the intro, I bounced out the song, and then I pitched it down 3 for the first one, 3 for the second one, 3 for the third one, and then it goes -1, -1, -1. So this is what the intro sounds like. And then after that last one, it's in the original key of the song. And there's also this riser on the intro. So the complete intro sounds like this. Pretty simple intro. I've done something kind of like this. A lot of people do the Pharrell 3 repeats, then a drop. And I pretty much did that, just a little bit different. Alright, and then for the outro, it's pretty much all the drums go away, the shaker fades out, thunderstorm ambience is still playing, and the chords are still going. But I changed to the horn. It's a French horn that sounds really good. Yeah, French horn solo from Mellotron. I just have it playing the melody by itself. Instead of using the vibes preset, I'm using the French horn preset here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the beat. I'm not going to play the full beat here because I want you to wait for the release to hear the full song. It'll be on Spotify, all of the streams platforms. I'll have it on SoundCloud, and I'll also upload a YouTube video with the song. So stay tuned for that. Check it out. Pre-save it if you haven't. Comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what song you want me to break down next, and thanks for watching.